Mondays bring many things. A return to the work week, sure, but it also brings roofers to Andrew's neighbors who are ripping up shingles directly adjacent to where your host Andrew records Crypto Espresso, your teeny tiny daily shot of caffeinated crypto headlines. So, sorry in advance for any shingle ripping that you might hear. First up, the banking crisis is continuing to send jitters through global markets, but don't tell that to Bitcoin, since the world's biggest cryptocurrency cracked $28,500 on Monday. Bitcoin has surged by 28% in the past week, outperforming major altcoins as its overall dominance rises. All of this comes as regulators grapple with growing panic about the traditional finance sector. It's now been confirmed that Credit Suisse is being snapped up by UBS in a cut-price deal that's designed to prevent further contagion. Software engineer and crypto trader Eric Wall says this rally is different. Bitcoin is, seemingly for the first time, working as a safe haven asset in response to the traditional banking system and in response to a globally unreliable and jerky central bank monetary policy, he tweeted. With a challenging regulatory climate in the US, Coinbase is planning on some big changes. The exchange will reportedly set up a new trading venue outside of America. A go broad, go deep strategy will see it launch new products and services in markets in 6 continents. While Coinbase is already operating in more than 100 countries, all of those subsidiaries funnel clients to the same US trading platform. This new platform would focus on high-bar regulatory jurisdictions, Coinbase said. That would include the UK, Singapore, and the EU, where the Markets in Crypto Assets, or MICA, regulatory package just passed. Brazil, the UAE, Australia, Hong Kong, Switzerland, Bermuda, and Japan are also shaping up to be potential targets. FTX's new management team says they're now dealing with a $6.8 billion shortfall. While that's still a pretty beefy number, it's a pretty big improvement over the $9.8 billion shortfall that was originally forecast at the beginning of March. So far, they've found $11.6 billion in claims against $4.8 billion assets in the chaotic and incomplete books of the bankrupt firms. The ongoing fluctuation in the assets and liabilities of the FTX exchange and trading firm Alameda Research is a result of what restructuring expert and current CEO John Ray III called a complete absence of trustworthy financial information. FTX customers are owed $11.568 billion, and just the 50 biggest creditors are still waiting to get their $3.1 billion back. A trading app called iEarn has cost thousands of would-be cryptocurrency investors everything and could be one of the largest crypto scandals to date, according to reports by BBC News. Its investigation found that the company operates in a large number of countries, including Romania, Indonesia, Nigeria, and Colombia. Investors have been promised guaranteed high returns, but saw their balances crash to zero whenever they attempted to make a withdrawal. iEarnBot's website had a named CEO, but when approached, he said he'd never heard of the project. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Wobble, and Qualcomm were also listed as strategic partners, but they've denied having any knowledge of it. And finally, last week's $200 million hack of Euler Finance has been linked to, say it with me, North Korean hackers. A small amount of the stolen crypto was sent to an address linked to the Lazarus Group, which has ties to the secretive state. Chainalysis warned that it's possible that this movement of funds was an attempt at misdirection by another hacking group. That said, the Euler Finance hack was in the style of the Lazarus Group, one huge hit based on an exploit, which US intelligence believes is being used to fund the rogue nation's nuclear weapons program. Lazarus was also responsible for the devastating attack on Ronin Bridge, which helps power Axie Infinity. Pyongyang has also been linked to billions of dollars in thefts, with the US targeting coin mixers. And speaking of mixers, 2 things that don't mix: roofers and Crypto Espresso. Roofers, you just made my list. Mondays and roofers, the gruesome twosome. Cheer me up by liking this video, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and clicking on that little bell icon to get buzzed whenever a new Crypto Espresso video goes live. But what did you think of the ambient roofer noises on today's episode? Well, maybe you can leave a comment today. I think they were on Friday's episode. Strike while the iron's hot, right? Live for now. Go. Post something. Questions about our headlines or crypto in general? Take the plunge below and ask Alex in that description below. Alex is always a great resource for all things Web3 and the metaverse, and that about does it for today. Again, I've been your host, Andrew. These have been your special guest stars, the roofers, and we'll see all of your beautiful, shining faces tomorrow.